one of the good things about Python is that it can actually run on any type of platform. It can run on Linux, Apple, Android, iOS, and on Windows. There's a lot of things we'll talk about that kind of extenuate this point, but the primary idea is that if you just have the Python executable, it can basically run agnostic to any type of operating system. Python also has a lot of different domains that it has extensible functionality through additional libraries and things like that that you can use. And one example of this is you can use Python, and a lot of people don't know this. Most people think Python is just, they say, a general purpose language, and it's not really used for much outside of that. But Python is very commonly used for web development. For instance, like Netflix and Dropbox use Python very heavily in their web apps. So this is something that's very interesting. There are frameworks like Django and Flask that enable developers to build these kind of web applications with Python as a backend language. Most people just think you run either C#, PHP, Java, JavaScript to design, but you can also use Flask or Django to design your web applications with Python instead, which is actually becoming more of a common thing. You have data science and analytics. There are some other external libraries like NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib that allow us for data manipulation. And you'll see a lot of data scientists. If you ever take any kind of course on being a data scientist, you'll notice that that any data scientist worth their salt has done something in Python for data analytics at some point. So it's a very data-heavy language. It's one of its primary use cases, actually. It is also very good for artificial intelligence. It's pretty much a choice for many people learning AI projects and running AI projects. There are libraries like TensorFlow and PyTorch that allow us to develop and implement machine learning models and things such as that nature. We'll kind of touch on that in a moment. We also have automation and scripting. Now, its use case in cybersecurity has kind of been additive in this way that it has been more and more heavily used as time goes on for automation scripts in cybersecurity. So say some kind of cyber event happens, you would utilize a automation mechanism that has a Python script attached to it that allows some kind of Python script to execute and remediate some kind of vulnerability or stop some kind of connection from happening on your network. So this is the idea behind that. So it's a very commonly utilized thing because of its ease of use. You also have game development. Now, I got to say, this is probably more of a minor part. Not many games are developed with Python. The framework for Pygame is good, but it's not like super robust enough to make like AAA titles or anything like that. A lot of web applications or games and things like that may have a portion done in Python, but the majority of games are not developed in Python. But it does have a library for framework of creation of 2D games specifically, which is pretty cool.